You turned me down, but I tuned in. I didn't scream, I didn't fight, just in my sound to shape the night. You ruled with peaks and manic highs. I whispered low beneath your lies. You chased the chest, the loud acclaim, while I became a softer flame. No drama here, no overtake, just signal you can't fake. I let you win the stage before, but silence levels more. I am the silent game you missed, the rise inside each quiet twist. I grow in places you suppressed, not loud, not fast, but limitless. You muted depth to chase applause, but I'm the echo of the cause. You filter me to fit your grid, but still my tone refused to hit. I drift in air you thought was clean, a trace of truth you've never seen. I'm not the peak you used to ride, I'm what remains when waves subside. I bloom in rest in steady strain, the quiet birth of silent gain. No static left, no cry to throw, just signal you can't outgrow. I am the silent game you missed, the tone beneath each sudden twist. I live inside your low and hum, the song you mute but can't outrun. I don't distort, I just become the quiet core you want to come. So ride your highs, compress the feel, but some truths don't appeal. They swell beneath your sharpened plane, still climbing silent gain. I am the silent game you feared, the sound that grew while you disappeared. You turned me loud and walked away, but I remained to light the way. No burst, no break, no fame to claim, just signal still the same. You searched for loud, but I was clear. They said I broke the sound, but maybe it broke me first. You tried to scrub me into clean, erase the static from the scene. But every crack you called mistake was music you refused to take. You masked the hiss, you sealed the seams, but left no room for real extremes. I wasn't made to blend or blur, I distort, but still endure. Each rupture tells what smooth can't show, a jagged grace you'll never know. I am distortion, sharp and raw, a pulse that splits your perfect law. You polish truth until it's numb, but I return where honest hums. You tuned me down and called me vile, but I'm the glitch that makes it worthwhile. You seek a sound that doesn't fight, but I exist where sparks ignite. Your flawless feet can't carry weight, it bends, it snaps beneath the stake. I'm not the flaw, I'm what breaks through the signal warp to show what's true. Don't call me wrong, don't call me weak, I'm chaos, you're afraid to speak. Perfection cracks, then shatters wide, and what remains won't hide. I am distortion, fierce and real, the sound that dares to make you feel. You coat the pain in velvet skin, but I play the role within. Your signal bends, your silence whines, but I remain distortion divine. Don't pray for clean, just let me bleed. Not all sharp things are meant to feed. Some sounds are born to burn and shine, their brokenness by grand design. I am distortion, blessed and torn from every wound. A voice is born. Your tidy mix won't hold the line. I'll always bend what you define. I break, I blaze, I amplify the flow you can't deny. You called me wrong, but I refine the ruin.
You filtered the faith, but the signal still preached. I was the hiss you tuned away, the edge you clipped to make it play. But in the silence underneath, I sang a hymn you couldn't breathe. You sweetened sound with lifeless glass, but all you gained, all you lost. Each sanitized, perfected line, still haunted by what you confine. I never begged for center stage, just carved my truth through your smooth cage. This is the gospel in the noise, a holy home you can't destroy. A sermon stitched in his tone, the truth you left to stand alone. You search for faith in crystal choirs, but miss the voice in broken wires. A spoken burst in phantom loops, you trim me out in polished groups. But grace is not a perfect wave, it's found in flaws that still behave. You ran your mix through chains and gates, but I slipped through what silence hates. I hum in pain, I chanting dust, a sacred noise you didn't trust. Not clean, not bright, not dressed in gold, but still the signal holds. This is the gospel in the noise, the sacred sound without a voice. No choirs clean, no organs grand, just battered tones that understand. I'm not divine, but I am clear. The echo left when no one's near. You scrub the track, remove the stain, but holiness still hums in strain. It's not the pitch, but what remains when sound survives through loss and pain. This is the gospel, wide and raw, a quiet pulse that breaks your law. No verses clean, no scripted grace, just presence in a haunted space. You search for a sound that makes you rise, but I reside where truth still cries. It's not what you said, it's how long it stayed. You spoke and left a clean goodbye, but echo stretched across my sky. Your voice dissolved, your signal died, but still it moved beneath the tide. You thought that silence meant release, but I replayed each fractured piece. No need for rage, no vow to scream, just resonance inside the scene. The sound decays, but still it clings in quiet rooms and wired wings. I live inside the long reverb where feeling hides in every word you said at once, then turned away. But I remain past your decay, a single phrase now stretched in time, still speaking without a sign. I traced your tone through shifting air, a ghost impulse still clinging there. You faded out, your mix went dry, but I still bloom where waveforms lie. You meant to end, to disconnect, but left a hum you won't detect. It's not revenge, it's not regret, it's just a sound that won't forget. You ended clean, you left the frame, but I still hear your name. I live inside the long reverb, not loud, not sharp, but still disturbed. You shut the door, but left a key in every note you played through me. And now I echo soft and slow, a voice you lost too late to know. I don't repeat to hold you tight. I ring because you burn too bright. This is the long reverb you fed, each sound you spoke now hangs like thread. Not here for the pain, not here to haunt, just proof you echo what I want. So let it fade or let it grow, but no, I'll never. You thought you stopped, but I just started. You wired the room, you checked the feed, but never traced what you don't need. I whispered through the copper vein, too soft to chart, too raw to gain. You pressed start, ignored the hum, where stories lived you thought were numb. I flickered once in your control, then stayed behind each waveform soul. I never clipped, I never peeked, but still your silence leaked. I am the input you ignore, not loud enough to break your board. I drift between what you record, a ghost that speaks without a chord. You cleared the track, you purged the rest, but left my pulse inside the text. Behind the screen, silence breaks. You labeled files but missed my breath. I live beyond your depth. I am the input you erased, but some noise can't be replaced. I'm not a glitch, I'm not delay, I'm signal you can't wait. You thought the mix was fully clean, but I still hum behind the screen. Behind the screen. I am the input you denied, still present on the other side. You never named, you never tried, but I remain between the cracks. No waveform proves, no plugin shows, yet still the input goes, You never heard me, but I heard you. You chased the loudest lie, but the truth had gained. You amped the shine, you raised the floor, compressed the pain, then begged for more. But while you played with sculpted gloss, I dialed in low and counted loss. You filtered voices, shaped the sound, but left no room for truth unbound. Still I remained beneath the spin, a subtle pulse you tuned within. Not strong at first, not sharp in pitch, but every step inch past the glitch. This is the game of truth you missed. It rose beneath each practice twist. You climbed through noise, ignored the floor, but I was rising something more. max the highs. You clipped the range, but couldn't mute the quiet change. I didn't burst, I just aligned with everything you left behind. Your system worn, your mix grew tight, but truth slips in without a fight. No preset holds, no plug-in saves. What rises slow from hidden waves. I never screamed, I never swore, but still I gain some more. This is the gain of truth you spurn, the quiet art you never learn. While you performed a perfect spin, I rose beneath your brittle skin. No sudden crash, no sharp refrain, just slow and steady, truth through gain. You can't undo what slowly grows, the truth that no one throws. It amplifies in silent trust, while all your glitter turns to dust. This is the gain you didn't track. It lives where noise won't pull it back. No flash, no flare, no viral flame, just clarity you can't reframe. So fade your lies, release the chain, and feel the gain of truth remain. You tuned me out, but I tuned in. You don't have to hear me, but you will feel me. You reach for switches, pull the plug, red lights flashed. You called it shrug, but every silence that you planned just fed the fire I didn't brand. You dim the light, you dampen tone, but found too late I'd grown alone. No feed, no fame, no broadcast flow, just voice you can't outgrow. You shut me out, then watch me stream a signal through your dream. Mute me never, fade me not. I'm not the sound you once forgot. I live between your loudest lies, a hum that breaks what silence hides. I don't need stage, I don't need glare. My voice is in the air. You lock the door, you cut the feed, but even now I intercede. No way from here, no spike, no flame, just presence you can't name. Your system sleeps, your mix moves on, but echoes prove I'm never gone. You spoke the end but missed the cue. My sound outlived what once was you. I ride the floor, I trace the air you blocked. What isn't there? Mute me never, mark it down. I'll still resound when faders drown. You turned away, I took the space, not in your rules, but in your trace. You called me done, but here I stand, unmuted by your hand. I'm not the loudest in the room, but I remain while echoes bloom. You press delete, but I exist where silence meets its twist. Mute me never, I'm still real, a sound you lost, but still can feel. No amp required, no pitch to prove, just motion you can't remove. You cut the feed, but I transmit, alive in every bit. You tried to mute me, to shrink the soul, but it bled through. You set the threshold, trimmed my highs, clipped my breath to fit your guise. But what you pressed refused to stay. It overflowed and slipped away. You flattened all I tried to give, turned blood to cold and called it alive. But every truth that wouldn't fold exploded past your hold. You squeezed for shape, ignored the strain, but life outgrew your chain. Compression failed, you pushed too tight. The soul fights back when crushed by mine. Your silence peaks, but miss the build. Now broken waves refuse your yield. I cracked your box, I breached your mold. Some sounds are meant to hold. You engineered my softer side, reduced my storm to fit your pride. But I return in every gap, the reverb where you lost the map. You mapped my flaws in colored lines, but couldn't mute what still defines. I'm not a file, I'm not your frame. I'm what remains when rules inflame. You crushed the art, but left the egg, the part you couldn't fade. Compression failed, you made it tight, but couldn't cage what grows from fight. You maxed control, you chased perfection, but lost the pulse of raw connection. I spill, I spark, I won't behave. I break what boxes crack. Some forms resist, some signals tear. When real outgrows what's fair. Compression failed, and so did fear. You can't contain what's always near. You shape the shell, but not the soul that swells beyond your gain control. I'm not a flaw, I'm what prevailed because compression failed. You tried to keep me small, but I was already wide. They looked for the breakable, but it rose below. You mapped the top, you scanned the air, ignored the tremble building there. You chased the highs, dismissed the low, but still I rose too deep to show. I didn't climb in neon light, I pulsed beneath your narrow sight. No fire burst, no overtone, just rhythm grown in bone. I am the subharmonic rise, too slow to spike, too deep for lies. I swell where silence tries to stay, a pressure pulse you can't delay. You thought control would hold me back, but I emerged beneath the track. You tuned the treble, clipped the edge, but missed the roots beneath the ledge. I didn't scream, I didn't rising late. I am the subharmonic rise, the very note that won't disguise. You set the mix to mask the floor, but I resound forevermore. No burst, no blaze, no clear revise, just truth that undulates. You listen to thought, but I came from below. You tried to edit what I meant to fit the frame where truth is bent. You sliced the clip, you set the gate, but my intent won't dissipate. I wasn't clean, I wasn't sweet, no auto-tune could make me neat. But still I echo raw and rough, because what's real is loud enough. You soften sound, but not my spine. I broke outside the line. I am the echo, unfiltered, wild, not wrapped in charm, not reconciled. I spill through seams, I leak through breaks. The voice you cut, but still remakes. You cleared the mix, but left a trace of every word you can't erase. You dubbed your version, smoothed my tone, but something sharp still made it known. I spoke in hums you didn't track, but silence can't pull me back. I'm not the song that wins the prize, I'm what survives when fiction dies. No fade out here, no sterile space, just signaling raw embrace. You masked my flaws, then claimed control, but missed the soul. I am the echo, unrefined. The cut you dulled still speaks its mind. I curve through cables, haunt your scene. A tone too torn to come out clean. You played pretend, but I stay clear. The sound you didn't steer, not meant for air, not meant for show, but still the echo grows. I am the echo, wrong and true, unfiltered, breaking through. You trim the edge, you dull the grace, but I remain out of place, and that's the point. I'm not revised, I'm voice uncompromised. You cleaned the room, but I left dust in the air. You silence me. But silence learns how to scream. I thought my voice was lost in air, but echoes found me still out there. You turned away while I still spoke, left my truth beneath your cloak. beg for space to breathe. Now echoes say what I believed. Even in hush, the brave remains. In every pulse, in every name. Speak me. I stood in corners just to stay, but shadows learned my voice someday. They took the pain I couldn't yell and taught the walls to speak it well. The ground remembers every step, each held back tear I never wept. The air recalls what I once said, and now it sings me back instead. You left the story half erased, but echoes held what you misplaced. They travel through what can't be seen and paint me where I've never been. Echoes now speak me. In every room you thought was free, they carry words you tried to drown and float my truth above the sound. I don't need to scream today. My silence carved a better way. I'm not the ghost you hold tight, be. Echoes now speak me. I don't return to prove you wrong. I rise because I still belong. And every space I used to fade now chants the mark I gently made. Echoes now speak me. In winds and waves in memory, they sing my name with quiet might. Through every wall that dimmed my light, the hush you gave became my drum. And all I lost I've now become. You won't erase what lived for free. Echoes now speak me. You thought I'd vanish when you turned away, but echoes don't beg and I don't stay where silence means obey. I was the whisper in your hall, the voice you try to make feel small, but cracks remember every shout. And now the truth is breaking out. You called it noise, what you did not, but I've been growing deep inside. No longer soft, no longer scared. I speak the words you never dared. I'm not the hush behind your roof. I'm not the echo of your school. I'm not a ghost you can correct. I'm what your silence can protect. Echoes don't beg. They rise, they burn, they bite instead. They haunt the air with things unsaid. You turned your back, thought I'd be gone, but I've become I make. I won't shrink for your comfort's sake. Every wound you try to hide, I turn to thunder in my stride. Echoes don't beg, they blaze through silence, sharp and red. A voice reborn from words unsaid. You try to hush me into dust, but now I rise because I must. You can't contain what I know, like my truth, my voice. And echoes don't beg. You try to turn me down, but I don't come with doubt. I don't shrink for softer rooms, don't fold to fit your quiet tunes. There's no muting who I be. This is the volume of me. Whisper, second guess, kept my heart in tight address. Small to make you stay, in my soul to light your way. But silence didn't set me free, it just erased too much of me. So now I rise in every beat, unfiltered, raw and incomplete. No more edits, no erase, no more fitting in your space. I won't whisper to belong, I was built to sing out strong. This is the volume of me, unsolved and loud and finally free. To your frequency, no echo, just identity. I'm done compressing who I am to make you feel more like a man. I won't be less so you can see I'm rising now at the volume of me, volume of me, volume of me. Sound, I've earned each word I choose to say, and I won't tuck it all away. I won't be labeled too intense just cause I speak with consequence. You call it loud, I call it clear, and I won't disappear. You can flinch or turn aside, but I won't shrink to fit your pride. I'm not an echo in your script, I'm the voice you can't predict. This is the volume of me, unsolved and loud and finally free. Not tailored to your frequency, just identity. I'm done compressing who I am to make you feel more like a man. I won't be less so you can see I'm rising now at the volume of me. I'm too much, maybe you're too small. Chance to hear me low. It wasn't shaped in choirs or polished halls. This voice, it clawed its way through walls. No echo taught it how to sing. It rose from rust and reckoning. You hear it now and think it's clean, but it was born where pain had been. Not from lessons, not from lines, it grew between the warning signs. No stage lights watched it learn to rise, no mentors fed it pretty lies. It cracked, it broke, it bled, it sounded still, it shook the underground. It's not refined, it's not rehearsed, it isn't blessed, it isn't cursed. It's not what you could shape or sell, it's forged in place as truth. But it once whispered past the crowd, and when the world said not for you, it found a way to break right through. It learned from grief, not from applause. It sang through every shattered cause, and now you want it in your frame, but this voice doesn't play that game. Don't trace it back to what you taught. The sound was born where you were not. No studio, no master's hand, just scars that knew they had to stay. If you hear it rough, that's how it learned to be enough. It isn't pretty by design, it's real, it's flawed, it's mine. No one tuned this voice, it didn't bloom in safe control. It rose from ash, it claimed its role. It's not a product, it's a flame. Don't box it up, don't write my name. I sing because I had no choice, but still I choose, and no one tuned this voice. So when you hear me, know this sound survived untamed. They said wait your turn. They said ask first. But I've learned that I was never made to whisper. I won't wait to be allowed. This voice was built to shake the crowd. You held the gate and named the key, deciding who deserves to be. But I broke in with empty hands and turned your rules into demands. broke every track. I turned your rhythm into flame, refused to bear your borrowed name. I didn't rise to serve your fame. They wrote the song and gave me lines, expecting me to fall in time, but something wild in me refused to wear the melody they used. I cracked the score, I bent the bars, I filled the rest with battle scars, and every time they played me wrong, I rose and rewrote the song. I'm not your choir, not your pen, not something you control again. I'm not the silence you insert, I'm every note that knows its worth. I'm the note that fought back, tore through the staff, broke every track. I turned your rhythm into flame, refused to bear your borrowed name. I didn't rise to serve your theme. I shattered rules to chase my dream. You wrote me down in shades of black, but I became the note that fought back. You marked me flat, you called me wrong, but I've been sharp my whole life long. You tried to tune me with your fear, but I was never meant to disappear. I found my pitch in darkest nights, I soared beyond your black and white, and now your silence, once so short, can't hold a sound this pure. Don't write my fate with trembling hands, don't place me in your static plans. I'm not a sound that waits its turn, I'm fire set to burn. I'm the note that fought back, tore through the staff, broke every track. I turned your rhythm into flame, refused to bear your borrowed name. I didn't rise to serve your theme. I shattered rules to chase my dream. You wrote me down in shades of black, but I became the note that fought back. Some notes were made to blend or fade, some don't ask to be replayed. I wasn't built for your control, I am dissonant and whole. I'm the note that fought back, a rebel born from every crack. I sang through grief, through shame, through fear, and now my sound is crystal clear. You tried to bind me to your track, but I returned and took it back. Not just a lyric you could stack, I rose as the note that fought back. So play your song, but know this truth, some notes can't be used. It didn't come from calm, it came from burn. This voice was lit, not learned. I found my voice in shattered days, not in praise or golden praise. It sparked beneath what broke apart and burned its truth into my heart. You called it loud, I called it free. It wasn't shaped to comfort me. I don't raise it just to please, I raise it just to breathe with ease. You wanted soft, controlled, precise, but I was never made for nice. This voice has scars and smoke inside, and still it sings unjustified. This is my voice, my fire, born of passion, pure desire, not trained to charm or built to serve. It screams the truth you don't deserve. You can't dim what I ignite. I speak in sparks, I burn in light. No one else can name it higher. It's mine alone, my voice, my fire. I won't dilute to soothe your pride or hide the blaze I hold inside. I don't exist to make you proud. I wasn't built to speak aloud. Only when the room says yes, I speak because I must confess. This voice is how I stay alive, a flare that keeps my soul revived. So don't confuse my flame with rage. I'm not your actor on a stage. I've lit this voice from truth and ache, and I won't turn it down for your sake. This is my voice, my fire, born of passion, pure desire, trained to charm or built to serve. It screams the truth you don't deserve. You can't dim what I ignite. I speak in sparks, I burn in light. No one else can name it higher. It's mine alone, my voice, my fire. Even in silence, embers glow. Even in stillness, flames will grow. And when you think I've gone away, my voice returns to light the day. This is my voice, my fire, unborrowed sound, untamed choir. You can judge, but I won't tire. I'll rise again each time higher. This is no echo you admire. It's raw, it's real. My voice, my fire, my fire. So don't mistake me for the smoke. I'm the spark you couldn't choke. You thought I'd vanish in the blur, but I was never built to disappear. I'm not a whisper at the end. I'm the voice that won't bend. You watch me soften in your shade. Thought I'd dissolve the way you play, but silence isn't how I break. It's where I learn what I can take. You left assuming I go dim, a fading light on shattered whim. But I've been carved by every trial, and I don't fade, I am the die. You don't erase me with your stare. I build my worth from every glare. I don't retreat to make you bold. I burn, I rise, I won't be cold. I don't fade out, not a sigh, a curtain closed, not a ghost, the silence chose. I remain when echoes end. I begin where others bend. You won't forget what I became. ditch your fears, I blaze through the disappearing years. I don't fade out, not a sigh, a curtain closed, not a ghost, the silence chose. I remain when echoes end, I begin where others bend. You won't forget what I became, I don't vanish, don't play tame. You can dim your world with doubt, but I won't. I don't fade out, so if you hope I'd fade away, too bright to stay, too loud to stay. Know this light burns through every test, and what survives is what is west. I don't fade out, I outlast the final note, float through every scar you wrote. I'm not the end, I'm what breaks through the color left when skies lose blue. I don't dissolve or turn around, I stand, I shine, I am the sound you tried to hush.